Hey guys, happy Friday. Oh no, Aaron's frozen. Aaron has already left. Oh no, everything has collapsed. I don't know what happened.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Okay, well, hello everybody. It's great to be with you. We've had a chaotic start. Aaron is joining. There he is. Just in the nick of time. Better late than never.
It doesn't matter how much time you spend setting up or prepping or whatever. When it comes time to come live, you're in the hands of the fates.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
anything can happen.
Because as I just had to leave and come back in, so we got to reset up all of our scenes again. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, we love doing things last minute. We treat this almost as if it's like an improv routine.
That's right.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you for spending your time with us. We've already had a comment that somebody Shazammed the intro music. I love to hear it. Yeah, I would love to hear in the comments how everybody's doing. Colin says he's at home. He has no snacks for us today. That is a huge bummer, but we will make do, I think.
Hey, do we have what's live right now?
Oh no.
I'm glad you said oh no, because
cold malfunctions here, but we're
gonna get it. You guys know we'll get it a bit.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll get it.
Sometimes it does all fall apart.
We'll get it
terribly.
It is all falling apart terribly. Right. Thank you for pointing that out.
but now, starting now,
right now, we're good.
We've
skipped the intro sequence. This was the most chaotic intro of all time. We have had barely enough coffee. I have sustained myself only on potato chips today. And Aaron only on pizza, so bear with us.
It's funny because the last thing Justin said before this started was, I feel pretty good. I don't get anxious when we start these or nervous or anything. And then this happened. So I'm going to blame Justin's confidence on everything happening the way that happened.
Okay, I'm going to blame your overconfidence.
Hey, it worked. We're here. We made it. Good job, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
That's right.
This is gonna be a fun one. So last week, if you were here, and if you weren't, you can still go up on YouTube and check this video out. But we modeled a full-size Luxo lamp. The lamp that Luxo Jr., little mascot for Pixar, was based after, and it's kind of an architectural office staple. Like, if you want to be taken serious as a real architectural office, then you got to have Luxo lamps on the desks.
Yep, that's right. That is right. Yeah, you got to. I mean, I'm sure that most people in the chat here have spent a little bit of time sitting at an architecture drafting table. And from what I remember, it's a very uncomfortable experience. The stools are not great. So maybe we can have a nice office chair that we throw in at the very end of the stream.
That sounds good. We'll leverage 3D warehouse and we'll use the term comfy when we go for our office
That's
chair.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, having said all that, what we're going to do is we're going to model a custom, one-of-a-kind architectural drawing table. We did open this up. If you guys don't follow us or don't spend time on the forum, you should check it out, the SketchUp forum. Justin will drop a link in the chat. But it's a great spot to get connected, stay connected with people using SketchUp. It's a great spot to get questions answered. It's just a great community, too.
Yeah.
We always announce these live streams there. And one of the things Justin said was, hey, share some pictures. Show us what you think an architectural drawing table should look like. And people did. And to honor that, no, here's what I'm going to say. Because I didn't want anybody to be picked out of that group. I didn't want anybody to feel left out. I'm not going to do any of them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you for spending your hard-earned time suggesting ideas which we're not going to use. But that's not to say that we won't use your ideas in the future. And yeah, like Aaron said, we always announce the streams ahead of time. I will always try to look for some ideas. So thank you to everybody that responded in the forum. And yeah, before we get going, I just want to shout out a couple people tuning in with where they're from. We got folks from Norway, from Denmark, from Massachusetts, from Poland, from Devon, UK. We got all the heavy hitters here in the chat. So thank you again for spending your time with us. What do you think, Aaron? Should we dive in?
Let's do this. Less talky, more clicky.
All right. Yeah, let's put that on a shirt.
No, I'm just kidding. There'll be the same amount of talking and more clicky. So there's something that happens if you do this for 7 years where your vocal cords become connected to your left mouse click and you just have to talk while you do things. So it's different. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not gonna, there were some cool, I do suggest, again, check out that link that Justin shared because there were some cool ideas shared. There was some, somebody shared the model that they originally drafted on. Dave, of course, shared some beautiful pieces of furniture that were just wonderfully elaborate. Some of them had like cast metal parts and wheels and gears and stuff. But like I said, appreciate it. They're awesome looking. They would be fun to model. But I'm going to take a little bit of a different path this time.
Yeah, some really, really stellar SketchUp work here, Dave. We are absolutely floored, but we will not be using any of these ideas.
Out of fairness for everybody, like I said.
That's out of fairness. Too many ideas.
Fear had nothing to do with it. All right, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to start by importing an image that I found. And this is just, like I said, I'm going to call this a bare bones architectural drafting table. So the reason I like this, the reason I chose this one, because I spent like minutes looking at.
Yeah, like a solid 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You even went onto the second page of the Google search results. That's crazy.
I did. Then I saw there's too many, and that's when I quit. No, but I wanted something that would be potentially fabricatable. I don't plan to build a desk, but I would love to do something that if I wanted to, I could actually make it. So that's why I kind of came back to this rather than something a little fancier or stout or anything like that. I don't want to build this exactly, but this is at least giving me kind of an idea to follow. I do want to have it, excuse me, tiltable, so you can tilt to different sides. This is really cool because it's all mechanical connections. I have this piece of steel right here with holes in it, and then just knob screws here that it can bolt in and hold it at a height or at an angle. And same thing for height. Here I have 4 of these knobs right here that screw into pre-drilled holes. and lets me adjust the height. So I thought that was all pretty cool, pretty simple mechanical connection kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do want something. I had the drawing table. Actually, it wasn't mine. It was the drawing table I bought for my son. Had the bulk of the table went like this, but then there was a section on the side that stayed flat. So I love that, because there's one thing I know is when I'm doing this kind of work, drawing or something like that, I end up with stuff. I end up with 4 or 5 pencils, a couple erasers, some food, water, lights.
Gotta have the snacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And where do those go? If you put them on there, then you're just wearing them all on your lap. So you either got to put all your pencils in your pocket or something. So a little flat section, someplace we can stick Luxo to, just over on the side.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I there's a lot of things about this table that you've picked that I like. First, great use of materials, and I know that you're a material guy now, so I can't wait to get to that portion of things. We've dropped soda bottles in the studio here. Everything is falling apart, but we will dive into modeling soon, and it will quickly get back on course. But the other thing that I like here is that, it's so modular, and everything is adjustable by hand. That's nice. I mean, a lot of us these days work at desks that, you just like tap a button and it gets to height and it moves up and down automatically. And this is that old school. So
I like this.
Yeah, it's nice. So when you think about this, when you see this, how are you breaking this down in your head? Where do you start?
So when I look at it, the most important part of this when it comes to it is the drawing area, right? So I think both for scale and for just practicality, we get that top piece modeled, get it where it's supposed to be, and then we work our way down with the legs, and then we start adding extra stuff on after that. So I think that's going to work pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what size this is, anything like that. So one of the things I did was I did just pull up some average sizes of drafting tables that we'll go off of. But yeah, I think we should just hop in and start making this thing.
Cool.
Does anybody has any objections? No? Okay, let's go.
No objections. Granted, there is like a 30-second delay between when we're speaking and when you guys are actually watching this. So if the objections come, we've already moved on.
Sorry. But thanks for joining in. I appreciate that. Thanks for your feedback. All right, so I think the first thing I'll do, like I said, is this tabletop. So, I mean, drawing tables like this come in so many different sizes. I think, again, thinking about architectural drawings, draftings, the sizes that I was most used to working with were like, I think it was C size, 24 by 36. So I'd want a table that's at least big enough to put a 24 by 36 piece of material on. So we'd go bigger than that. So I'm thinking like maybe 30 inches by 42 inches. So I'm going to go 30, and then I'm going to come this way, 42. And it is occurring to me just how oversized. maybe we'll bring this down a little closer to.
Just scale that down a little bit.
There we go. All right. There we go. So there's our tabletop.
Cool.
I'm gonna go to save. I'm doing it earlier and earlier just to try to get ahead of you guys.
Yeah. No, we didn't get a single comment so far. So ha. Okay, so step 1, draw a rectangle. Step 2, finish the whole table, right?
2-step process.
Yeah.
All right, so let's give this a decent, maybe like 3/4 of an inch deep.
Yeah, something like that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna triple click, make that a group. Yeah, let's just start in with materials right off the bat. Let's go to our paint bucket.
Man, you guys are lucky. Usually Aaron waits until like at least halfway into the stream to dip into materials, and we're just straight from the get-go. We've already saved. We're dipping into materials. We're caffeinated now. I mean, there's a lot of good things working in our favor here.
We've gotten the oopsies out of our system.
Yeah, hopefully.
We made mistakes. We're moving on.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so with my default materials, I do have some good wood-looking materials, but they're definitely, it's not the kind of material you would pick for a wood-finished. Knots are kind of fun, but definitely not something you want to draw over, probably.
Totally. Yeah.
The rest of the default materials are kind of veneer materials, which would be good for like flooring or something like that. But
that's pretty nice.
It's not too bad.
I'm just going to say that's pretty nice. You could change the color on that, and that's pretty believable. But I don't want to throw you off your rhythm.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say is when you go in, it was just sort of a general comment. When you go in to use these materials, don't get hung up on the color.
Right.
Don't get too hung up on the texture, because all of that's adjustable. So you can see when you look at this, it kind of has this.
It has like a realistic smudge.
It does.
Would
It has
say.
like scuff marks. Like I would
Yeah.
believe this would be on a floor.
Like I feel like some architecture students like finish their finals on this table.
Yeah, I could see it. So I do like the lighter color of the wood here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. We're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, that's where we can always hop over to 3D Warehouse.
That's right.
So let's see what we can do with this. As soon as I put this into my model, it shows up in my home, my default materials over here. Why so very many? I don't think I need this many little sample.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of colors.
I'm not sure how I make this change size or anything. Never really messed with that before. I guess I never. Here, I'll just slide it down now. I don't see it.
I think you spoke too soon when you said we got all the kinks out of the way.
Oh, Fate's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna edit this one. So here's all the materials I just grabbed and I plunked on there. As soon as you add a material to a job, it shows up in your in-job materials.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. If I run purge, it'll get rid of the ones that aren't used. In this case, I just know the last one I use is right here. I'm gonna double click on that. It's gonna show up right here. And this is what I was saying, if you wanted to, if I don't like that reflection map is too much, the normal map is too much, I could, toggle off things like the roughness or the normal, and I could play with that a little bit. As it is, I kind of like the way it looks, like Justin said, it looks like it's used. I do want to make it a lighter color though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on hopping over the color wheel and lightening it up. So we're going to start just by pulling it lighter.
Wow.
Not too bad, but once you go past about here, those browns turn orange, and that's too much. So I'm gonna come over here and then maybe instead just kind of slide this a little more towards yellow, towards white. Oh, I'm into green already. So back it up.
Back it up. But it is pretty nice that you can essentially take any material and customize it to your heart's content.
It is. It is very cool. It's a nice way to do this.
Yeah.
Right about there.
I mean, that looks pretty good.
I like it. All right.
Still has a little bit of that smudge, but it looks like it's kind of been cleaned up a little bit. But what am I saying? That's smudgy.
We definitely, it's the lived-in look.
Yeah, it's used.
I honestly was not planning on using that, but I'm like, when I saw that, the way the light played across the top, I'm like, I got to do this.
When you know, you know.
All right. So something else I want to do now.
Okay.
Is where we're gonna get a little silly.
Buckle up.
Get ready. So if you notice, this whole thing is made out of plywood.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the lines. Actually, I think these might be solid pieces down here, but all of this is plywood. This is plywood. You can see the veneer or the layers right down here. So I want to
wooden lasagna. Are you about to do your own layers?
I'm going to do that.
Wow.
I'm going to do that. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do this on a sample piece over here because I don't want to have to be flipping up sideways and working on a small. So I'm just going to create a rectangle like this. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to say divide to that many layers. That's 7. Cool. And then I'm going to draw a line down here. I'm going to take that edge right there. I'm going to say copy that to here 5 times. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'll actually use this. We'll come in here. I'm going to say I want to sample a color, but I want to sample it right from here. I can't do that because this is an image right now. So when it's trying to pick right now, it's trying to pick an image. What I got to do is now I got my there we go. That's what this little icon's for. This is slightly different in the windows, but there's a separate icon for eyedropper that will let you go into this sample mode where I can pick any color and it's just gonna give me that as a solid color. And now it's in my bucket. I can come over here and I can say drop that on every one of these stripes, every other one of these stripes. Then I'll come back over here again, pick that again. We'll go pick the lighter stripe. And that's in the bucket. We'll come drop that there, and there.
Nice. Yeah. The sample tool is a wonderful way to get some like really nice organic colors in your model. Like even if you find like a reference image of a scene or a building or something that you just really like the like overall color tonality, you can always reference the colors in that photo and then you end up with something that I feel like is much more subtle than the stock colors that come with
Absolutely.
the Apple palette.
The sad fact of things is that most of our life is in sort of a grayish hue and not the bright colors that show up in the palette.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to erase and just hide these lines between. So that's going to give me that material. So I don't have a grain in here or anything like that, but it's going to be so small on that small side of the tabletop that I don't think it's going to matter. He said with fake confidence.
Gotta fake it till you make it. Transom says, looks like Baltic Birch ply. Very expensive. $250 per 4x8 sheet. Wow, we're really cooking with some expensive wood here, Aaron.
Or slapping a $500 desk lamp on the side of it. So
Yeah.
let's spend that virtual money.
Yeah, that's right. It's a write-off.
All right. So now the question is, how do we get this and make this into material? I'm going to show you my way of doing it. And maybe Justin has a different way of doing this, but this is what I would do. If this were separate actual like imported materials, we'd have the ability to create combined materials. Since these are actual just colors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to view, camera, and we go to a top view. What this is going to do is assure that I'm looking straight down, everything's orthogonal. So left and right are straight across, up and down or up and down on the screen. Because this is flat, I don't have to worry about going to a parallel projection versus the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a screenshot of this material.
Wow.
I'm going to come in here and try to grab it right below the black line. Pull it over here to right above the black line. There we go. And there's my screenshot. Now, that's just going to get saved to my desktop as a image file. So the next thing I can do is we'll zoom in here. I'm going to come into context so I have this surface. And I'm going to say File, Import. And from the desktop, I can just grab that. I don't want to import as an image. I want to import as a texture. Say Import. And I'm going to tell it to go from here to here. And there we go.
Wow, it's nice that it just tiles like that. Also, good job cleaning up your desktop before the stream.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that. So there we go. Oops, I think I did that wrong. All right, so I'm going to pick that, drop it on each of the sides, and that's going to be our tabletop done. This is now part of the job. So this material is actually part of the job. So if I come in here, so if I look at this piece, for example, actually this, now that I look at this, I thought that was laminations, but it looks like that's a solid piece of lumber too. That's actually grain. But if I wanted to make that, say this was a piece of laminated material, I could actually scale that up. So the laminations look larger or smaller or whatever, and I can reuse it in different scales. So that's kind of cool. For us, we do need this little shelf paper catcher.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call this thing.
That's where you rest your pencils.
That's right. And let them roll down and go kick till it
Yeah.
hits that. So we're gonna do that.
That's where you hit your funny bone accidentally.
That's I was actually noting how they had rounded off corners. Yeah. I'm like, that's somebody with experience did that.
That's right.
That's design intention, folks.
Yeah, that's what we bring here.
So I'm gonna go find the very middle point. So this is 3/4 of an inch up. So I'm gonna say maybe like 1.5 inches. Is that too high? That might be too high. See, 1.5 inches up somewhere around here. That's too much. That's just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm thinking
1.25 inches.
Yeah, 1.25 inches.
Okay, 1.25, enter. There we go. Okay, that's how high it's going to go. And then I'm going to run it over here.
Like a foot?
I want to go the full length because I don't know why they don't ever go the full length, but they don't.
No.
So I'm going to come over a nice round number like 1 foot 3 inches. I'm going to drop that down, bring it over. There's my face. And I'm going to round that corner off now. So I'm going to come here to A, put an arc from here. I'm going to let it go to tangent. Click twice. There we go. Now I'll take that piece and I will mirror a copy of it because I want to keep my original right here. Get rid of that. Then pull this out. Probably like an 1/4 inch maybe also. See what that looks like. That looks good. That'll work.
Cool.
All right. So I'm going to grab all of that, soften it real quick. So get rid of that. And then I'm going to say, okay, now let me sample this material.
Nice.
There we go. Now, one of the things I could do, oh no, it actually turned out pretty good. Looks like right here is a little off. If I want to control the orientation of materials on broken faces like this, it can get a little tricky. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to do it. It's probably more work, but it's probably the quickest way to do this is to reorient this one on the flat and then just copy it and paste it up on each of these segments. So I'm going to do that real quick by first going to View, turning on Hidden Geometry. Then I'm going to click on just this rectangle right now. Hidden Geometry makes this what was a joined surface into individual faces here that I can work with. So I right click, I'm going to say Texture, I'm going to say Position, then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say Rotate 90 degrees and Enter. Okay, so now that's going the right direction. So to get on each of these, I'm just going to go to sample that, sample that, sample that, sample that. So this is one way to do it. One of the other options I could have used would be to create a projected texture or multiple versions of the same texture projected from different directions that I could then have applied, but I didn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, looking good. Are you going to add the screws?
Maybe we'll come back and do connectors after.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm getting too, caught in the weeds here. Forget that we have an entire rest of the table to make, and we're already almost 30 minutes in.
I know the tabletop went so smooth, you would just think it's all going to go wonderful. And I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope Justin is on the ball with that optimism.
Yeah, we keep shifting who has the sense of confidence in this room.
All right, so I'm just going to leave it right there for right now. I'm going to go View and turn off my Hidden Geometry. I'm going to triple click. I'm going to make that into a new group. Could you make that a component? Yes. Would Dave have made that a component? Probably. Did I? Apparently not.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. All right, cool. So there's our top. I'm going to take these two pieces now, and I'm going to make them into a group. And that's just going to keep them together. So if I move one, the other moves with me. This is just basically assembly grouping. There's nothing to that as far as parts or anything like that where that's important. It's just keeping those pieces connected as I start moving them around. Because what I have to do is I have to lift them up off the ground, and then I'm also going to tilt them, and I don't want to do that one piece at a time. All right, so let's talk about height. So if we're at a standard height, then this would go vertical about 36 inches. So it'd be that high off the ground being right here. That's a standard height for a drafting table, which I think is like stool height. 3 foot. Does that sound right?
I think so.
Sounds right. Yeah, we're gonna say that's right. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to give it some angle. I want to have it come up. So drafting tables usually go between 0, which is flat, and maybe 45, 50, 35, something like that degrees. So I'm going to grab it by this corner right here, and I'm going to rotate it up till, I don't know, I'm just going to see what, let's say 35 degrees. That looks like nice.
Yeah.
So that's 35 degrees. So that is 3 feet off the ground to the bottom, tilted up 35 degrees. I like that. Let's build a table around that.
Cool.
Okay, next thing we got to do is, well, let's start at the ground and work our way up now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come in here and draw some feet. There's probably a rule about how wide feet are compared to the table that support them. I think you're less than they are when they're flat, but I don't know. I'm making crap up now.
Yeah. Since when do we care about rules here? The SketchUp Live.
That's right. So all I'm going to do, I have my ground plane here. This is just my temporary ground plane, just so I have something to work off of. Not a requirement. You don't have to do this. You could always use the origin as inference for where 0 is. I like this because it is a quicker, easier thing to snap to. So
yeah,
I'm doing that.
Super nice.
And I'm going to put some feet on here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and see what I think is good. So this, if that's from the middle, it comes out comes out a foot. Let's see what 12 looks like.
You're just drawing straight on the ground plane, huh?
It's drawn on the ground plane.
Nice.
That's right. Then we'll come this way. Yeah, like, so maybe this is made out of nominal. Maybe this is a 4x4 or something like that. So we'll say it's like 3.5 inches and come back this way, 24. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I think it's going to have to be longer than that.
I think that actually looks pretty good. That'll work.
All right. Justin signed off. We're good.
We're good.
All right, so I'm gonna take that up 3.5 inches. So I said maybe this is a 2x4 that you got in the reclaim bin at Home Depot or something like that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and like it has here. I kind of like this detail. It's cut off at an angle. Yeah. You have a little bit of a step up, so we have there's a reason you do that. I don't remember what it is.
You got the angle and also a little bit of rounded corners on the angle. It's nice.
I did see that.
The best of both worlds.
That's good stuff. That is good stuff.
That's great. Great design.
From the middle here, we'll go up like 0.5 inches. Come out to here again. Drop down. Now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this edge and this face, and we're just gonna mirror that. Mirror a copy of that to there.
Yeah, and to mirror the copy, you're holding down a modifier key, right?
Right, that's right. And yes, we do say modifier key rather than calling out what the key is because it is different on different operating systems.
That's right.
All right, so a thing I just did, I drew all that, which, I mean, this looks good. I like this. This works. It's definitely thicker than, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. Because I drew this on top of this plane right here and pulled it up, I did create, this is all one piece right now. So I'd never grouped it. What I should have probably done is as soon as I drew that first rectangle is double click, right click, and hit group then.
Yeah, I will say that Dave R has already called you out. Should have grouped the face on the ground plane before starting on the foot. Yeah, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dave R, keep us honest here. And so I see that you've turned that into a group. Would you consider turning that into a component so you don't have to do it twice?
Absolutely. Should have from the start. Make component. I make mistakes so you don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. Foot thing.
Yeah, we'll just call the foot. I don't care. It's mine. I can do whatever I want.
That's right.
All right. So now that we have that, so what I created a thing. If I create those are my hidden lines from my it kind of
falling apart.
ties into that. All right. If we slide up. Okay, we're good. Oh, this is an interesting thing that's happening. Let me explain. So if I take this and I slide it over here, this is a solid plane. This is an object with open ends. But if I drag that back onto this surface, look what happens. It cuts holes in there. So I inadvertently made, let's go to components and we'll edit this one. And I accidentally made a component that glues automatically to flat surfaces and then cuts an opening out. So if I was to drop another one of these in right here, it'd come on here, it would cut that opening too. I didn't mean to do that. That was not on purpose. So there's a couple things I do to fix that. The easiest, right click and say unglue. Once I do that and we move it off, we should be good. I'll turn off cut opening also in the components property. Now, if I move it back on, I think this will still work. Yeah, there we go. See how it stayed on the outside. It didn't cut the opening again. So sometimes you do fun stuff in SketchUp and don't even know you're doing it.
I know, but the cut opening thing is really nice if you're ever putting windows on the side of a building. It prevents so much modeling work. So
for sure.
It has its merits, but not with table feet.
No, that's not where you want to go. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to bring this initially out flush to the side, and then probably not all the way out to the side. We want to be a little bit back because I don't want this sticking out past the tabletop. So maybe I'll move it in like 4 inches.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to come in here. Double click, fill all connected faces with that wood material. Whoa, things got silly. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to do one at a time instead. I don't know why that happened. Keep me on my toes. Now I'm going to fill the rest of this. with I don't care what. There we go. Okay, so there's our 1 foot. I'm only going to build 1/2 of this, and then I'm going to throw that all into a container and copy it over. There's no reason to copy each piece as I go. So with this next section, I made this a little wider than this. This looks like it's maybe a 2x4 material, and then this is maybe a 2-inch material, something like that. But I'm going to make this lower part out of the same 4x4 size material here. So what I'm going to do is grab a rectangle and come to this middle point. Just come down this way, catch a middle point off of here, bring it to here, right there. Hit the modifier key to draw from the center, and then just pull out till I get a square, 3.5 by 3.5. Where are you at? All right. 3.5, comma 3.5. There we go.
Cool.
And then we'll bring that piece up 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
1.5 feet. All right, there.
Cool.
Looks good. I'm going to save.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, so I do good things. All right, so now what I need to do is we're going to put a pocket in here that this piece right here will run into.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a little weird because this will be an awkward.
I think you can offset that.
That's true.
It's like 3 sides.
It's like these 3 offset like a 1/2 inch on each side. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna say 0.5. There we go. And then I'll take that face and I'll push it down like a foot.
I like how much of the stream is just like kind of just loosely seeing what feels right and then being like, yeah, that's the dimension.
It's sculpting, man. It's
we're crafting.
That's right.
Shooting from the hip, modeling from the hip.
Sometimes you think too much, but not here.
Yeah.
All right. So I did a fill all, and that's become, as I'm using more and more materials, I'm using more and more of these built-in commands like that. So when I come in here and I say, okay, I want to fill this, holding on the option key says fill all connected faces. Everything's the same material. So if I just click right here, it fills 1. If I hold down my modifier key and click there, I gotta undo that. It's going to fill anything that's connected with the same material. So in that case, that's all those white surfaces.
I like that. I really like that because I can't tell you how many times I'll like click into a group, select all of the geometry, and then paint it. So it's a nice little hack.
Much, much better. All right. I'm going to, obviously, a lot of these turned out right, ran the right direction. I don't care so much about the end, to be totally honest, but that looks okay.
Yeah.
Down here, I feel like this grain needs to run the other direction. I don't know. I guess it's right either way. This one's definitely not. So this one, I would want to right click, texture, position, right click again, and just rotate it 90 degrees. Nice. And then that should be right. Yeah. So this one's probably gonna look wrong either way because.
Yeah, we'll cover that up though.
Yeah. It's an end grain, which we don't really have an image for, but yeah, you won't see it. I think as I'm looking at this, I'm going to make this back wall a little bit thicker. Just give me a little more meat to put some screws into. I'm going to triple click and make that into a component. And I'm going to call this the lower leg. It's coming along.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Now we're going to do a new rectangle right here. Oh, that would be a big piece of wood. We probably need to make that smaller. Okay. I'll bring that up like 14 inches. Just, I don't know. I'm playing with stuff. I know.
We're sculpting.
That's right. All right. And then make that a component.
Yeah, I feel like you've gotten really proficient at using materials and also like naming components. That's a tough thing. I feel like I sometimes get a little lazy, and before I know it, I'm trying to find component number, 96 or whatever, and it's
absolutely
it's tough.
It's years in the making right here.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm looking at that bottom, the lower leg, and it kind of looks like it's curved.
I was wondering, was that my distortion?
No,
Like this?
not like the shape, but like where the upper
Oh yeah, it
slides
definitely
in. Yeah.
cuts in there. We could make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this a little bit longer first. Another 6 inches. Maybe this is another 6 inches too. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we could definitely add that too, because what we'll do is, let me think about this. We'll come back in here. I'm going to, how long is this? 2.5. So I'm going to push this, a copy of this down 2.5 inches, 2.5, enter. And if I erase this, now we should have a nice surface to work with. I'm going to grab an arc from here to here, and then pull it back. I'm not really too worried about tangent. There we go. And I can just pull that straight across to there.
Nice. Oh, that's a cool little thing that happened there with the texture.
Yeah, so we got the same thing we had on the side of the pencil not roll off a machine thing. So I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to go to view, turn on hidden geometry, and then just real quick, I'll sample this and just say here. Oops. And just drag that material across.
We're just clicking and clicking.
Told you, we're still talk a lot, but we're going to have much more clicking.
Yeah, Dave R is chiming in the comments with how he would build this, and I promise you that it is a more practical approach. But
he probably would have thought about it before he started clicking.
Yeah,
that's the
difference. We're doing it live, Dave R.
That's the difference between me and everybody else who would be doing this. Is they would probably do smarter.
Okay, that looks pretty good though.
Oh, looks nice. Looks nice.
Yeah. Don't forget to save.
Let's save it. Yeah. So we have 3 components here. Making up this piece, and I just kind of ran this long. I don't know where this actually needs to go, but I think actually both of them need to be longer, because if this is 36, standing height would be a little taller and sitting down height would be a little lower. So we need to give a little bit more length. So I'm going to grab the top of my lower leg, give it maybe another 4 inches, 6 inches.
Yep.
And then
slide that up.
Give this, grab that, slide that up. Is it hitting at 4? Oh, it's coming real close at 4. So I'm gonna say, yeah, about 4 inches.
Cool.
All right. Looking good, looking cool. I don't like this. I feel like I want to round that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Why not?
Why not indeed?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Do what you want.
Yeah, do what you want.
So we're just gonna go, whoops. I'm gonna inference off of this, pull it straight across. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry, got a little jumpy on the old 3D mouse there. Okay. From here, and then can I inference straight across from? I guess I can't. So I'm gonna have to draw a line from here to here, and then draw an arc from here.
We're gonna draw a line from there.
That's interesting. It's inferencing off of this point, which I don't really want it to do. So I'm just gonna stick another line right here and see what happens. Now can I inference without? There we go. Now I'm inferencing in the right spot. Sometimes software tries to be smart, and you gotta get some human smarts up in there. Yeah, take this, option copy that to there, and then both of these will just get pushed through like that. Double click. All right.
Ty says, I'd build this by surfing the Craigslist free section.
Well, that's a much better deal than what I'll charge you for this, especially since I'm making this out of $300 sheet plywood.
Yeah, this is some nice birch.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right, cool. So I don't want to go into a whole lot more detail there.
Yeah.
Because what I want to do now is, it's not showing under here, but what I'm assuming is happening here is there's some sort of a hinge piece here that this top can move back and forth on. And then that's where this piece of metal allows it to, at certain degrees, be screwed in and tightened. So as I think about that, what we basically want to do is go from the middle here straight up till it hits there. And then something between here and here is going to create a hinge. I'm also check and see where the middle is here. That was the wrong direction. All right, try that again. Find the middle, draw a line straight across. There we go. Oh yeah, we stayed in line. That's good.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right, so what we need to do is, so I'm trying to think of what would be the best way to do this. Probably just like a bent piece of metal. So round this all over, a bent piece of metal, an L plate that hangs down, and then a bolt through it would be probably the simplest thing. So we'll do something like that. I'm gonna go from here straight up till I hit, go from here straight up till I hit. All right, and that's gonna be one piece of plate. That will go to here. So this, I'm modeling in 2D right now. So something like that would be what my plate looks like. Then this piece would just come up and round over inside that, and then we would have, yeah, then stuff would happen. All right, let's start here, like that. Push that across to here.
Gabrielle on YouTube says it's not a hinged. It's usually more of a track. That's interesting.
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, this probably wouldn't be at an angle. This would be flat too. This would not be. This is wrong. Okay, we're good. A track. Because I'm trying to, again, I'm reverse engineering this. Because if it has to stay in the middle, if this is a perfect circle, half circle here, then the pivot point would have to be directly in the center of that. And this wouldn't be structural. This wouldn't be holding it up. This would just be
adjusting,
locking it. So the actual connection would be structural, be up here. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just can't visualize what you're talking about. Sorry, that sounded rude too. I wasn't meant to be rude either.
All right, Aaron. You know what? We're going to need to get PR in here.
I'm going to rotate this, and we're just going to rotate it flat. And I'm going to build my bracket flat, and then that's not quite flat.
Flat-ish.
Flattish. Go grab this point and pull that point to on axis. There we go. That's flat. And that's going to change this, of course, because then this edge is going to go straight up to where it hits. And then this edge, which went right through the top, is going to drop down vertically to where it hits. Something like that. Coming in here, I'll probably grab this piece, bring it up more so it overlaps better. And then come back out here. Maybe we'll even do something like this. We'll put a circle right here. Get rid of that. And then we can bring that vertically to maybe here. And I'm going to triple click all this and make a new component. Let's go to view, and we're going to go to component, edit, and hide rest. Nope, that was the wrong one. Hide rest of model. That's what I wanted to do. All right, I'm going to take that piece across to here. And worry not, you worriers out there. I am not going to leave this as an infinitely thin piece of metal. We will bulk this out.
Yeah.
So
everybody calm down.
Just relax. It's cool, man. We got this. All right, so I'm going to put bulk onto this. I'm going to come out this way. Not a lot, like a 16th inch. This is not like, I called it structural earlier, in that it's holding up a piece of wood. So get a good strong piece of steel at a 16th of an inch. There we go.
Nice.
I'm just going to go draw a line right across here, get a nice break point. And then there's a couple ways I could do this. I could try running cleanup. I could run solid inspector. There's a couple ways I do this, but as it's a couple of edges, just coming in here and erasing these extra pieces, it's probably one of the quicker ways to clean this up. Your choice, though.
Kudos for cleaning it up in general. I feel like I would have just painted it with a really dark metal.
Or you could hide. You could just soften and smooth the whole thing.
Exactly.
There's lots of options there.
Yeah.
But like we talked about, I'm a new guy. I do things gooder.
Yeah, we have a comment here on YouTube. Is this like the official SketchUp channel? Yes, you are tuning into the official SketchUp channel. This is SketchUp Live. We do this every week, every Friday, where we'll pick a topic and model and talk for 2 hours. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah, not just like the SketchUp channel. It is the SketchUp channel.
Yeah, this is the SketchUp channel. But
the one, the only.
Thank you for tuning in. It's good to have new folks watching.
It's also the only YouTube channel out there with our Justin.
That's right. Well, you haven't found my burner accounts yet, but
totally unrelated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Clean up this here. Just gonna go to view, hidden geometry. I feel like at this point I probably should have just made a projected material, but I didn't. So there.
Nice. Paracad on YouTube just gives us a shout out. These videos are great. I have incorporated SketchUp into the work I do and love it. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks for the kind words. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
That's nice to hear. Cool. Well, that's looking pretty good.
So here's what I got to do. We're going to drill a hole in here. We'll put some kind of a pin in.
Sure.
So what I want to do is I want to reference this circle in this piece of material, but drop it into this piece of material. So there's a couple ways I do this. This is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw a new circle. So I'm going to come in here, inference the center of this circle, pull it out to here. Then I'm going to double click, right click. Not right click. I'm just going to go up to edit and say cut. Now I'm going to double click on this piece of wood. I'm going to say edit, paste in place, and that circle drops right onto that face. Now I can just pull this across like that. When I come out here, there we go. My holes align.
Yeah, that paste in place is so nice.
It is one of my favorite
for sure
commands. Not just because I regularly forget that I'm editing a component and have to copy and undo a bunch and then paste in place.
It's nice.
Oh,
it's nice.
Keggy's asking for the keylogger.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your flow there, but good call, Keggy.
Yes, I can. Yes, I did it again.
Yeah, you're about to see how terrible Aaron is at typing. That's great.
I finally, I think, have a decent excuse for why I type so bad, and it's an excuse, 100%. But if you use a MacBook has this incredibly ultra thin keyboard, and the keys travel about, I can't remember, a 32nd of an inch or something like that. And I have a mechanical keyboard on my desk where I have and I think switching back and forth is causing my typing to get even worse. Because I'm like, nope, move your fingers more. Nope, move your fingers less. I'm not good at it. Anyhow, moving on. All right, I'm thinking like a nice black metal to offset against our light wood might be kind of cool. So I'm going to grab my paint bucket again. I'm going to start by going into and finding a nice metal.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this.
Yeah, that looks good.
That looks good. All right, so I'm going to just color the whole thing with that dark metal, and that's my metal color.
Yeah, I love
nice.
That. Industrial look.
Yeah.
Paracad on YouTube says, when I create circles, I use like 96 sides. Is that too many sides?
It depends what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that Aaron and I would both tell you that it really is dependent on like the level of detail that's appropriate for the model. So like if you're modeling something as small as like what Aaron's modeling right now, you maybe don't need that resolution. But if you're doing something much bigger, it's nice. So if you have too many sides on your circles, like it might bog down the model a little bit. So in general, I feel like you should try to keep your models as lightweight as possible. But Hey, I'm with you. I like a smooth circle too. So sometimes 96 sides is great.
Yeah, I won't argue with 96 sides. I know some people go in there and they put 999 in just to max it out. Don't do that. That's not the way to do it.
I didn't even know you could have that many sides.
That's the max. The max is 999. But 999 is a terrible number to use because it's not evenly, well, it's evenly divisible by 3, but that's about it.
That's crazy. So actually 96 is pretty conservative. So good job.
That's not too bad. I mean, I would say if you were working in like 2017, that would be a lot of extra geometry. It would probably bog down.
Yeah.
But being as SketchUp's more performant now than ever before, I would say you're probably okay.
So while I went on my little monologue here, I see that you've created a shape that you're intending to use Follow Me for, right?
That
so
is
you've drawn a
right.
profile.
I'll grab this circle. We'll say Follow Me with this shape.
Because this is some real magic there.
Kind of a bolt looking thing right there.
Nice. That looks great.
And then I can get rid of this. And I will triple click here. And first, before I leave, before I do anything else, I'm going to color it with that same black powder coated black metal, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I will make that a new component, and I will call this hinge bolt. Hinge bolt. Bolt. That's all we need. Create that. And I did toggle on X-ray. The reason I toggle on X-ray is this dark metal is actually kind of hard to see lines against. So if I click right here, it's very hard to see that line. So that's not bad. I mean, that happens. It's not a big deal. But if you do run into that, a couple options are X-ray, because like I said, X-ray makes everything lighter. It's easier to see lines and edges. Yeah. The other option would be to go up to View, Face Style, and switch to Monochrome.
Yeah. And
this lets you build on that classic white SketchUp background.
That's right.
So I'm going to take this and bring it out maybe that much more. And then
cool.
I feel like I should put something on this side, like
some
pin.
kind of a pin that like pokes through a hole.
Yeah.
Or you could just duplicate the bolt head on the other side.
Let's do. This is not practical, but it'll be a fun thing to draw. that's really what we're here for, right?
We're chasing fun.
I'll grab a polygon, go inference the center of this. This is not a circle, so I can't immediately hit the middle. But if I come to the top point and one of the furthest left points or right points, I can inference the middle there. And I can come up. Let's go this way. All right. Then I'll do a circle from the middle there. Delete that. I'll push this through like that much. And we'll drop that against there. Like I said, it doesn't make sense to have a bolt there necessarily, but it looks cool. I like it. Probably would want to have something other than a big flat round space here, but I don't have that. All right, switch back to our materials. Face style, Photoreal materials, and then I can color all of this and make it into a component, which would be my hinge bolt nut. Hinge bolt nut. You know, like you have. All right, so there we go. So that looks pretty cool. Now what we got to do is we got to get this piece on here. This is going to be fun. So I want to make a circle, but it has to be based off of my hinge point. So that'd be right here. Better go back to my face style monochrome so I can see where that is. All right, so the middle of this point. So I'm going to come in here with a circle and go inference to the middle there. There we go. And then where I pull this out to is going to determine where I start building this thing right here. So I don't have a specific spot I think you pull it out. I want to pull it out far enough so that, I mean, it's a little ways out there. I don't want it up here because then it's going to create a very, very small, tight situation. But I don't want it so far down that like I can't drop any lower. So maybe, I don't know, 8 inches down.
Yeah, 8 inches down, 999 sides. Perfect.
All right. So that made a big old circle based off of there. That's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to draw a line straight up till I hit the top. I'm going to come straight over to this point and then drop back down. Get rid of this geometry up top. There we go. And I'm going to grab this, minus this and this, right click, weld it. I'm going to offset, I don't know, an inch. This doesn't have to be very big. Yeah, I'll say 1. And get rid of this. And there's the beginning of my my this.
And so let's say that you drew that.
Let's say I did. Well,
I mean, you did.
It's true.
But so you drew this, and it's looking a little rough. Is there any way that you can, after the fact, change the amount of sides per curve?
So basically what I say is pick on it, grab it, and bring up entity info. If you get an editable field here, then you're golden, and you can make that change to whatever you want. If you can't, because you broke this is no longer a circle or an arc. This is now what's called a curve. And what a curve is just a connected group of lines. There's not necessarily a curve that looks like an S versus a curve that looks like a U versus a curve that looks like a squiggled line. They're all curves. So there's not an even way to break those down. There's extensions out there that will do that. Ooh, I was off here. I drew that wrong. So what I would do, because I agree with Justin 100%, that's a little rocky. Let's up the number of sides there. I'm going to hit undo a couple times so I get back to an editable piece, which is probably me right about here.
Yeah, all this talk of 999 sides has really gotten me inspired to make some smooth curves.
I like it. All right, so when I get to there, now if I select this, this is still half a circle, and it's 24 or 12 sides. So if I bump that up, say 24, see how that looks?
Oof, nice.
It's like feels like twice as smooth.
Yeah.
Let's go to 48.
Whoa, 4 times as smooth.
Whoa.
You guys.
That's smooth.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with 48. I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna get rid of this little vertical edge. So this is a little, because my pin, my point that I'm rotating around is not flush to the top here. I'm gonna have a little bit of vertical right here, and then the curve's gonna start, and I'm gonna have a little vertical here. But that's fine. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab this because this is an arc and 2 edges. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say weld. As soon as I weld it, going back to what we were just talking about before, this becomes a curve. So where this was an edge, an arc, and then another edge, now it's one continuous curve. So you can see I have 50 segments in there, but I can't edit it.
Gus Burt says, show us 999. Paracat says, boss move. So we're getting conflicting directions here, but I agree. I think this is looking smooth.
Go.
Yeah, and I also just I want to just echo real quick that it's really nice to model in like monochrome if you're dealing with like a lot of textures. Like frequently, if I'm modeling something and I have a lot of textures going, I will just like save a scene of that's texture heavy, and then create another scene that's just monochrome and kind of treat that as just like a modeling scene.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to like hop between the two.
Well, let's since you mentioned that, let's do it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's our show and we do whatever we want.
Well, and the other cool thing that you can do when you save that scene that's like your quote unquote modeling scene that's monochromatic is you can turn off the camera location property so that anywhere you're orbiting in the model, you can just quickly shift to monochrome.
That's right. So we'll turn off camera. And actually, the only thing we really want is style and fog. That's really all we want to save, or not style, and we also want to save fog. We want to save the item that is style and fog. They're saved together for some reason.
Yeah, stay tuned until we add fog to the scene. That's going to be epic.
Because, just like that's how architectural offices are.
It's the smoke break.
Ooh, misty. So I'm just going to go ahead and create that. And then I'm going to, right now, not going to change anything. I'm going to immediately just come over here, go to View, Face Style, go back to Photoreal, and hit New again.
Yeah.
And all that just created 2 scenes that all they do is change our style.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's a really nice way if you're ever just trying to get into the nitty gritty of modeling something to just be able to do that. Definitely encourage you guys to look at the various properties you can save to each scene. It's you can do some cool stuff with that.
Yeah. I think it took me years to really fully appreciate. No, still not right. Appreciate. I talked a lot this week, and I kind of used it up.
Yeah, we have a picture of the underside of these tables on the forum that just got posted. So thank you for that, folks.
Am I too far gone to
I think we're too far down this path. But it's good to know what it looks like.
Awesome. I don't have the forum up, so that's my excuse. One of the other things that this will do, because it is part of the style, is that hidden geometry. So as soon as I toggle this, all my hidden geometry goes back to hidden. So I can leverage that, knowing that that's what happens. I can make that be a good thing.
Yep.
All right. So I started with a hole here. Or right now it's just a circle. And I want to put this let's see what it looks like every 5 degrees. So I'm going to go grab the middle of this again. I should probably just put a reference point or a snap point there, but this is the last time I'll do it. So
I think you should.
So if I was to come here, option, and go to 5 degrees, that's a little close. That's 5 degrees. So let's go to 10 degrees.
You could also rotate it to like what feels like the logical endpoint on the other side and then divide.
That's true. So let's try that. Everyone just go. I do this a lot. This is the quickest way to get a point to rotate across is just draw a line from opposite ends. And then I can come here. Oops, I grabbed my point again. I'll rotate from here to, I'll go 90 degrees. I don't think you could actually do this at 90 degrees, but I'll do this and then say divide by 8.
Boom.
There we go. And like I said, I don't think you'll be able to use this one or even this one, but we'll see. All right. And now I'm going to grab these.
Yep.
And then we'll just mirror them.
Yes.
Because why not?
Why not?
Oops, grab the wrong one.
Paracat on YouTube says, "Where is the tip jar? This is a great class. We will be handing out our personal Venmo information soon."
It's tip enough to hear that you appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words.
All right, so we've gone over stuff like this where we're creating a sheet with a bunch of holes in here. I could come and select each of these faces and delete it, or I could just grab this piece, make that my component.
Yeah.
And say this is going to be my, what do we call this thing?
Bar thing.
Bar thing. I see you've read my book on component naming.
Yeah, of course.
Once I do that, now all of this extra geometry is loose and I can just delete it. And now give this some thickness. I'll come in here. Oops, come in here, and make that.
Yeah. Dave R said, delete the face inside the circle before copying it so that you don't have to select and delete all the faces. Thanks for that, Dave.
That's another way to do it that I did not think of beforehand. Absolutely true. Yes, that would be a very smart way to do this.
For sure.
All right. So this piece is going to have to connect onto the tabletop. So I'm just going to put some tabs up here. I made this 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to grab this edge right here, drop that down, a copy of that down to 1/8 of an inch. And we'll pull this out like 1 inch. Beauty.
Cool. Yeah.
And I could copy that over, but I'm just going to, sometimes repetitive input is just so quick and easy that I don't stress too much about like copying geometry or faces or stuff like that. It's just easy to do.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll take that whole thing. And what I want to do is I want to get it lined up with the middle of this piece. So I need an inference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an edge across right here. I'm going to grab the middle of that. Because it's not highlighted, after I move it away, it's just going to be sitting there. So this is just temporary geometry just for this one move I'm about to do. I'm going to hit the right arrow to lock to the right. And then I'm going to go find a midpoint. And there we go. That's right where it needs to be.
Boom.
So last couple things, let's clean that up. I don't need this anymore. Get rid of that reference geometry. And then I got to come in here now.
Ooh. But you've turned on hide rest of...
I did. So I have to come back here to component edit, get rid of hide rest of model. And then what I'll do is I'll draw a rectangle that's exactly that face. Yeah. Don't worry. I know curved geometry is bigger than I know.
Yep.
I'm going to go to like how I just paint you guys as these paranoid like super anxious. Oh no.
We're getting to it, folks.
I'm going to go back to hide rest of model. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to offset it. Yeah, like a 1/16 of an inch.
Sure.
Get rid of that inside. And we just push this through.
Nice.
And let's see if we click out of here now.
Oh,
Does that hit? Oh, it does hit a little bit.
you
So
gotta go down a
come
little
back
bit.
in here, drop this down 1/8 of an inch. And then let's see how that works.
Nice.
Yes. Beauty.
Boom. Golden. Oh,
Perfect.
yeah. And you got to put the pin in there now.
Yes. We're not, just when you thought we were done, we're not done.
Buckle up.
Oh, but you know what I need? You know what I need should do? Do you know what I need should do? I should come in here and I should grab my dark metal color and I should paint that whole thing in that black color. Beauty. All right. Yeah, I haven't put any knobs in for adjustable or screw holes or anything. So that's the next thing I got to do. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with a cutter. So I'm going to make a reusable cutter, a copyable cutter. And most of these, I believe, should be solid. So if I click this, that's solid, this, solid. Cool. Those are the only two I need to do it to. So everything's lining up.
This is the fun part of the stream. As soon as Aaron starts talking about cutters, oh, we were really cooking here.
It's solid groups, materials. It's a good time. All right. So what I need to do first is I need to figure out where a circle right here would line up with the circle that is in here. So, because I want to put a pin through both of them so they would line up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of arbitrarily pick a spot right across the middle, and I'm going to put a circle in, and that circle is going to be 1/8 inches. So
Oh, this is a fun challenge, actually.
Yeah. Okay. That's the same size. All right. So now, how do I line that up? Let me share with you my thoughts. I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to align view. What that means is my camera is now pointed directly perpendicular, normal to the surface of that circle. So it's coming in straight at 90 degrees. If I turn on my X-ray right now, here's my circle below. I can zoom in like this. What I can't do is I can't rotate. If I orbit or change anything at all, then it's going to take it off axis. If I ever want to just make sure I get in here close and then right click, and I can say align view again. There we go.
Parallel projection. That's all I'm saying.
Parallel projection could work. Here's why I fear parallel projection. This is not saying you need to fear this, but I do. Is because I will regularly snap through to different lengths or different locations this way, and you can't see it in parallel.
Right.
But here's the thing about circles. The edges and tops and bottoms line up with circles, even if there's camera distortion. So if I grab this by the side right here, and I move it strictly vertical, I can line it up with the edge there.
Nice.
Let's go align view again.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wow. It's just that easy. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to run it through one side. I take it, run it all the way through the other side, and there's my cutter. I triple click, make that into a group. All right, let's get out of X-ray. For some reason, this is all backwards, so I'm just going to say reverse bases to get my white out there. All right. I'm also going to take this right quick, and I'm going to drop it a copy down, straight down to here. Where? I don't care. I'm just getting it out of the way, holding onto that copy.
Yeah, Dave R and Keggy are already prophesizing in the comments here that by using the cutter on this, you're going to break the component.
One would think, wouldn't one? I will explain exactly what that means in case you did not catch it. So this right now is a component. If I take this and I say tools, solid tools, subtract this from this, it cuts a hole through there. It's wonderful. It's great. But if I pick this right now, it's a solid group instead of a component. Wah, wah, wah. Also, the inside of my hole adopted the white from my cutter rather than the wood color it should have. Double fail. Oh no, what can I do about this problem? Thanks for asking.
Gee whiz.
So let's take care of all these things at once. So the first thing is the material. when I look at this, anytime you use a cutter and it removes geometry, it takes that base of that's the cutting piece and puts it on the new surface that it cut out. So all we really have to do is come in here and put that wood material on here. Then when it cuts that hole through, it'll look like wood also. So that's part number one.
Yeah.
Part number two is, this is my component. This is my group. I'm going to right click and I'm going to, actually I keep saying right click, but I'm really going to go to edit and cut. And then I'm going to come in context of this. Now, this is raw geometry right now, so it's not a solid. What I can do is inside this component, grab all of this, make it into a group, then edit, paste in place, which brings my pin in, my cutter, select that, tools, solid tools, subtract. From here, there my thing is now cut through. And this temporary group that I was using as a solid, I'm going to right click, I'm going to explode, and then I come out here. This is still a component.
Yeah. Still a component. Take that, Keggy. Take that, Dave. No, just kidding. We love you guys.
So, no, but it's a very important thing because you can do a great job of making components and that sort of thing if you're not careful of how you use them. And we're not the only ones. There's extensions out there that will mess with components and that kind of thing too. There is an extension from Enerot called Solid. I don't know. Dave will know the name of it, but it's a solid Boolean tools. Is that the one I'm thinking of, Dave? Dave will know. But there is a tool out there that maintains the component. It does that extra step of going in and doing that. But if you don't have that, then this is the way to go about it. All right, let's get some more holes in here. All right, so right here, I just arbitrarily dropped this in here. I did not pay attention to where that was, and that's fine by me. I'm going to take that and I'm going to copy it. Let's see, we'll come down. We'll just go down 1.5 inches. And I'm going to do that, I don't know, 8 times.
Ooh, it's too many times.
No, that's a lot. It's a lot of times. I'm going to grab
6
that,
times.
and I'm going to bring those up.
Okay.
I'm giving more options than the
Yeah.
sample one. Like
Yeah, sure.
that's what? That's the only holes you get? Oh, weak. We're going big. All right.
Not
There
if
we
you have a
go.
drill.
So I'm going to scale that because it's not thick enough to get through both. So I'm going to grab this, I'm going to pull this through like this. We'll go big on this side too, just so I can see it too. All right. That's pretty cool. This, we only want in here, on this piece, we only want 2, but the rest of them should be in the outside, it looks like. So what I'll do is I'll take that, we'll drag that down like that. And now here's the thing I'm going to do. We're going to do the same thing. We're taking into mind the component. I do want these all to have that same material. So I'm gonna color the outside of the component that's in there. And I'm gonna take all of these and I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna make that a new group.
Okay.
And I think if I come in here and explode these, come out here, this now qualifies as a solid group. So solid is not about all being connected in one piece. It's about not having any geometry that's not connected and forming solid manifold chunks of geometry. So even though these aren't all connected together, they still count as a solid. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Command X to cut that. I'm gonna go into this piece right here. I'm gonna say Edit, Paste in Place. Again, same thing I did before. I'm gonna triple click, make this into Make Group. Then I'm going to grab this piece, and rather than subtract, I'm going to say trim from this one. Then after I've trimmed, I'm just going to cut this again. And there's my holes with wood on the inside. I can select, explode this group, come out here, and now I still have this component, still solid. And I can say Edit, Paste in Place. Now I'm going to go into this one and I'm going to say I don't want this piece or these pieces. I just want these two. And then I'm going to cut that, come into context here, edit, paste in place, triple click, make group, just like this. This time we don't need to hold on to it, so I can use solid tools, subtract from this,
Yeah.
and then explode that. And there we go.
Cool. Yeah, that paste in place, I tell you.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
All right. We're getting there. We're almost there. What are we at? Hour and 20 minutes. Perfect. It's exactly where I wanted to be at this point.
Yeah, everything's going to plan, folks.
It is fun. We have talked in the past, but like you do this enough times and you start paying attention and like having a feel for where things are and what's going to get done and what's not. I feel a little disconnected today, honestly. I'm like, where are we? What time is it?
Yeah, I don't even know where I am right now.
That's right. That's good. That's a sign of trust and faith in the world around you.
When you don't know where you are, you should definitely save the file. That's all I'm going to say. Cool. So what's next? Are you going to draw some pins? Or
yeah, we'll draw a couple of good-looking pins here. I know these are like screw-in knobby things, but I want to come up with something a little more elegant than that, perhaps. Maybe like just a good-looking pin that just sits in there, and maybe a little ball spring thingy. Or,
yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna do something nicer.
Something cool.
I'm gonna start here. Gonna inference again the center of this circle. Lock the axes. Go like that. And push that all the way through, and then some. Approximately this much. On this end, I do want to taper just to make it easier to push through the hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push-pull a copy of this face. So rather than just pushing the original face through, hitting this button is going to give me a new one. So what that lets me do is pull this through like this. I can grab this, hit scale, about the middle, and we have just a real quick and simple.
Yeah, scale from the middle is really nice. That's another one of those modifier keys. It is a huge time saver.
Yes, agree, 100%. And one of those that I didn't ever use for a long time till I realized just how dumb I really was.
I know. The scale tool is like the original flip tool. Like it's got some history.
That's exactly right. All right, and then I'm going to offset this a little bit. I'm going to use my black plastic. This is going to give me a slightly different finish than what I got from the black metal. So this is going to look a little different.
Dave R is always dropping ideas into the forum here that are very beautiful and very advanced.
All right, I want to give a little bit of a handle here. I'm having a problem again with the material, so I'm going to switch back to my other scene. And I'm going to go option push pull again. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to scale it up. By the way, I should point out, Justin sounds like he's teasing Dave, but I have no doubt that whatever Dave's saying is probably a good idea, and you guys should check it out and try it.
Absolutely.
But I'm not doing it right now because, well, first thing, I'm 30 seconds ahead of Dave, but also because...
Yeah, you know, sometimes you wake up and you're just feeling a little stubborn. And that's okay.
I was going to say that, but maybe that's true. All right, so that's my little pin. I'm going to use that instead of a screw piece in there. And like I said, I'm going to assume there's some sort of retention geometry happening in here with a little ball spring or something like that.
Yeah, something
to keep it from rocking back out.
Sweet.
But that's that. And there we go.
Nice.
Now I need to move that down. So here's the thing, right? I covered up this hole, so I can't really inference off of that hole. But I don't know that this one, move a copy from here down to here. So I don't actually need that hole because I can move it in reference. So I can come to this hole right here, one below, option copy, one down to the side of this hole. Oops, I didn't group that at all. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Try that again. So if I go from the side of this one down to the side of this one, here we go. Oh, I didn't hit option. Woo! Watch this. Remember how we were talking about how cool paste and place is?
Yeah. Copy, paste and place, Control Z. I got it. I feel
edit, copy, undo to put that back. And then we go to edit, paste and place. Almost like I meant to do that.
Boom.
I did not meant to do that though. All right. So from there.
Oh, and one more pin up top. Don't forget.
Yep. One more pin up top. So I'm going to Here's what I'm gonna do for this one. I'm gonna try an X-ray because I do want to inference the circle on the inside. So I'm gonna grab from there, option to make a copy. And then I'm gonna pin it to right there. Ooh, that seems like it could hit your knee. Okay, so let's go make this unique.
Yeah, that's gonna go right through your knee.
And we'll call, rather than this pin 1, we'll call it pin
2.
short.
Okay.
I won't remember what 1 and 2 is, but I'll remember that this is shorter.
Sure.
I'll grab that piece, slide it back like that. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Much gooder.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that half is looking pretty tight. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab everything that is on that side. So not the top, just this. I'm right click and make a new component out of that. That is leg assembly. Nope. Third tries a charm. Okay. And then I'm going to mirror that, a copy of that across the middle. I'll just find the midpoint there. Boom. There we go.
Boom.
Get rid of X-ray.
Okay, so overall, my observations are the legs look a little tall for the size of the top.
Yeah, they do. Let's make the top bigger.
Yeah. Scale from center.
Okay, so we could do that, but the issue we'd run into, for real, is if we scale from center, then we're going to make this taller. We're going to stretch it.
Yeah, you're right.
What I could do instead is come up here and say, okay, that's inside a group. So come this way, maybe we'll add 4 inches on each side.
Yeah, that's way more sensible.
Double-click.
Don't listen to me.
Double click. Hey, you got a microphone. I mean, somebody's listening to you.
Hey, well, if you double click that side, then you got to move the pencil thing.
That's right. We're moving this way, 4 inches.
Nice.
And we should, yeah.
Okay.
You're right. I agree with you. That looks good.
Hey, that
I
looks
feel
great.
like we need to bring the legs out a little bit too.
Yeah.
Give me some more space here. So I'm going to grab this, slide it this way. Yeah, 4 inches.
Nice. Okay.
Love it.
Now we're
Love it. All right. Save. And if you recall, I said I do want a section to the right that stays flat when this, when this up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that by coming in here. I'm going to grab this whole piece and copy it. Command C. I'm going to say edit. You guessed it. Paste it in place.
Boom.
And then I'm going to move this over to here.
I will say that I have it set up so that paste in place is just a short key for me, shortcut. But it's worth it, guys. Like if you are paste in placing all the time, it is very much worth it.
I would say that, I mean, Justin and I have zero control over what happens in the software, but if I had the ability, I would have an option somewhere that says replace paste with paste in place. Replace paste with paste in place. That was actually a totally correct sentence.
Yeah.
But because I think I would use that all the time.
Agreed.
All right. So this is going to be our little extra flat section. I don't want to make this huge. I want to see where's 12 inches at. 12 inches even seems big. Let's go like 8 inches. Just a little strip on the side that I can put stuff on is all I need. So I'm going to come in here. If I come over 8 inches, where's that? All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push pull. I don't want to distort anything. So when you push pull, you're moving geometry and the projected texture stays there. If I use scale or something like that, then it would squish the texture down. But push pull actually lets me lengthen and squish geometry without messing up that.
Yeah. If you're ever working with a model and you see that a texture has been warped like crazy, it's probably because the geometry has been scaled.
Probably so. All right, so now I need to find a way to support this. I think what I'd want to do. This is where we're off the rails at this point, folks. We're four-wheeling. We don't know where we're going or how we're going to get there.
That's right.
But we're safe. Trust me.
Are we?
I'm an expert.
Okay. Famous last words.
Yep.
Yeah. What are we thinking here?
So,
are we going to attach it?
If I want, this has to be connected to the rest of the table. I can't just like run a separate leg down. I don't want to do this whole assembly another time, right?
Yeah.
So I could do this, but take out the arc so it always stays flat. But that's a lot of extra material, a whole other thing. What I could do is come up with a system to connect this to this piece right here, because I want this to stay flat at whatever height the rest of the table's at, which means connecting it here.
Yeah. Yeah, Kegi says bracket off the top of the leg.
Mm-hmm. But see, if I come off of here, then the top's gonna move without it, and it's gonna stay at the consistent height. If I connect it to here, then it's gonna stay connected here. So I think that's what would be the easiest way to do this.
Yeah.
As far as the simplest connection, I'm kind of thinking if we did some kind of a plate here, and then that could jump over. It needs to come all the way out to here though. So
could be a plate that like comes out at a 45-degree angle at the top and then goes flat.
Like that, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know, guys. We need some ideas. Chime in the chat. What should we do?
So I'm going to bring over a line perpendicular like this. I'm just going to draw this while you guys tell us the better way to do it. And I'm going to go vertical. And I'm going to come out like 6 inches. There we go, like that. So this. Obviously, we need to reinforce this more and make it bigger, but something like that. That's okay.
Yeah.
What would probably make more sense is something like this. This will be the most expensive part of the entire piece, but actually something that goes straight up like this, it'll have to come out more.
Yeah, maybe Dave R can just model this real quick and drop us the file.
That's right. Actually, no, we can't. So this does have to come out. So this piece right here would have to come out past this pin.
Okay, so Kegi says, I'd also group the hinge bracket and the D-ring with the tabletop rather than as a part of the leg assembly so it rotates with the top easily.
100% correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what should happen.
But then Randor 10 says, how would the Roadrunner cartoonist do it? So, I mean, we're getting a lot of ideas here.
Valid points. All right. So at this point, I may be close to in get her done mode.
That's
so
right.
Take this, give that.
This is some custom metal work here.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm going to get rid of these temporarily. All right. So let's get rid of that. And I think we could give more of a like a this.
Yeah. I like this, end of stream, get her done mode. I feel like, yeah, there's like a giant adrenaline rush for us as streamers here. Maybe not for Aaron, but for me. In the very beginning, and then at the very end when we need to rush to the finish line.
Here we go. All right, and then
cool.
So that's kind of cool. I think what we'll do is this portion right here.
Do you need to cut a circle into it so you can access the like hinge?
That's thinking right there.
That's practicality.
That's right. Come this way. Oh, actually not there.
Okay.
All right, so we did something like that. We need to put more reinforcement here, and I think we need to kick up some kind of a brace as well.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. Let's go to view and unhide the rest of the model, because I think right about here, I'm gonna make this a little wider. I mean, I keep thinking about conserving materials, but then I'm like, well, I mean, if this plywood costs $300 a piece, why am I worried about a little extra metal work, you know?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we've
You
taken
be
out a second
practical. I'm
mortgage
doing
for this
this.
table.
Yeah. I'll build my entire architectural empire off this table. I can do stuff. All right.
That's
Here we
right.
go.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, stable enough to hold a coffee cup. That's what counts.
I think it'll be stable enough. I think. All right. So then the other thing, I said, well, here, let's take this. Let's start by painting it the correct color, and then we will. Oh, we'll put our circle X-ray.
Ooh. You can align that view.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing I did before. So I'm gonna go. Let's find the middle point. Turn off X-ray for it right now. I'll probably go to this too. Come straight down. Then we'll go align view. Then we'll come over here. Turn X-ray. View, component edit, unhide rest of model. I do actually have that as a shortcut. I just forget which button it is. There we go. And then I'll just push that through.
Look at that. Practical design.
See, and that was Justin. I credit where credit's due. Justin remembered that, thought of that.
Yeah. That's right, folks. It's all me.
That's right. Well, I'd say all. It's just knowledge.
Yeah, you did the modeling. Cool. This is looking good.
Cool. So I do want to put some, just another piece maybe coming up here because I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's making me. Let's see if I can follow this angle. Does that get me? No, not quite. But I think I could make this in theory be all stamped out of a single piece of material. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because if we have, oops. So this could be folded. So when it's stamped, it could be stamped out like this. And then this could be folded up and then have a little piece of material that's welded or screwed right there. So in theory, that could all really happen. And then I'm going to copy that geometry option from there to there.
Ooh, this is a good suggestion. Devar says, you could put a little raised edge around the little tabletop so things don't roll off.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to grab these three pieces. Oops, got to make these into.
Nice.
So you just made that modular. So if you didn't want that, if you don't have a Luxo lamp, you want a spotlight, you can just slide that right off. Now, yes, so address a couple things. This assembly right here, yes, should be cut. And then come into context here, edit, paste in place. That is where that should go. And if I go from here straight across to here, 2.5 inches. So we come in here and just grab this and just grab all that. Option, make a copy, go this way, 3 foot, 2.5 inches. And then that should be
cool.
That. Beauty.
Nice.
Actually, this piece too. Well, hold on up. That should be there too. Because that'll be connected to the bottom, not the top. All right, and then or the top, not the bottom. And then I'll just mirror this since this does have a left and a right. Oh, I guess I should mirror that too. Yeah. Let's just grab all this. There we go. And find the middle. All right. There we go.
Nice.
Now, if we want to take this piece and rotate it Oh, I still have a spot here. So here, let me do a thing. I'm going to go in here to this, and I'm going to right click and say add snaps. And now I'm going to inference where the middle is one last time. There we go. And let it come out straight like that. There we go. So now if I go to move or rotate, that snap shows up. So what I can do is I can come out here, select this, go to rotate. Oh, I put it in too deep. I put it too far in. Oh no, there it is. It's still inferencing it. And now I can just say, how much do I want to rotate that? Go to 30 degrees. Perfect. And there's our one side of our desk stays flat.
Yeah.
One side rotates.
That looks mechanically sound.
I will say. Let's go grab Luxo. I'm going to save, file, import. I don't want to catch anybody off guard, but Luxo might not be to scale.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Not too far off. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. What you got? What you got in there?
Some stuff. Okay. I don't know how that happened. Probably because I scaled this too at some point.
I feel like in situations like this, I just select the lamp and then copy.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. I should just come down here and go.
Yeah.
Cut. Edit. And regular paste. Had you guessing that on that one, huh? Still a little too big. It's still a little oversized. Yeah. So we'll just scale her down.
You need to extend the right edge of the little side table. But yeah, that looks great. Got a couple of people in the comments here saying that for some reason the bracket will stop the table from rotating, but I think
you're 100% right. Look at that. This is a terrible design. Terrible.
You guys.
All right.
We are in the last 20 minutes here. You can't throw a wrench in our plans like this.
Apparently they can. All right, let's go to.
Okay.
I thought I had a good solution there, but yeah, that should be supported from below. Absolutely. Let's do a thing. It's kind of too bad because I did like Justin's idea of the hole here, but yeah, maybe we should just go like this. Oops. I'm gonna quick and dirty this thing. It's a design term.
That's right. The custom metal work is getting even more custom.
Yeah, still costs less than the
birch.
Birch, yeah, big birch. All right, and here I'll bring this.
It's a hell of a nickname, Big Birch.
Sounds like a baseball player or something. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Big Birch steps up to the mound.
Yep, some kind of wrestler. Yeah, good catch, guys.
Yeah.
And to be fair, those comments were rolling in like probably 5 minutes ago already. Sense. But you know, sometimes you're just in a flow, Aaron, and I just don't want to interrupt you.
I appreciate that, for real. All right, let's see what I'm modeling. Actually, see what I'm modeling here. Yeah. Okay. This qualifies this as a prototype. I don't know if this would actually work or not, but I don't know. Reality has not always stopped us in the past. So
yeah. Cool. Nice. Yeah.
What the? This is what scrambling at the last minute gets you.
Oh.
What? Hollow metal? It's going to be lighter. Oh, because there's nothing up here to connect. Oh, come on, man. Your first time modeling live? What the heck?
Okay, it doesn't look like the bottom's connected either.
Nothing's connected.
Seeing a profile there.
It's all just... Oh, it's just a mess. It is just a mess. What is going on? Okay, so there, and then here I have to come back like this. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
We're closed up now.
We're good.
Well,
we're cooking.
We're better. We're maybe not good, but not as bad as we were.
We're all right.
That's where we're all right. I can say with some authority, we're all right.
Yeah, we're doing good, guys.
Oh, son of a gun. There we go. All right. Orient some faces. Is this open? No, it's closed. Oh, because it probably has some internal faces.
Cool.
There we go. Now let's check our materials. And we still have our braces on here, so it's stronger, even.
Yeah.
That should work. That should hold that up. And we're clear.
And that rotates nice.
Whew. I appreciate you guys being on that, and I apologize for us totally blowing you off.
Nice.
That was cool.
I feel like, like Dave was saying, some edges to that would be nice, so that your tools don't roll off the side table.
Let's see if we were to do something simple. Let's just do a little, like a 1/4 inch.
Yep, that looks good. Transom says this table is for right-handed people.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You're right. I mean, you could mirror the whole thing, but we're scrambling here, folks.
Yeah, we could. Well, I'll come up with an alternative.
We'll take the whole table and we'll flip
Follow
it.
me. Nope, I got to bring that in. Come on, get, stop it.
I wonder what these streams would be like if we did it Monday morning. Like, would it be polished and buttoned up? I don't know. Who's to say?
Yeah. Monday morning, they'd probably be late. First off.
Yeah.
Every single time. Home. Put this. Nope. A little bit of an accent, little plastic piece there, maybe.
Hey, that looks nice.
That looks cool.
I could see some tools on there, some snacks, some coffee.
Right. If we group this,
nice place for your cat to hang out. It's good.
At any point anyone likes, just go left-handed.
The nice thing about this table design is that it's modular.
That's right. A couple of screws in here, maybe we didn't put them in, but who cares?
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Boom.
That's it, baby. Look at that. All right, let's work on a beauty shot real quick.
Aaron's trying to get out of here, guys.
I made it all the way to the end again without my favorite visual artifact.
No
ambient occlusion again.
You guys.
Oh, it looks so much better.
Oh, don't forget to throw a shadow on there.
A little more intense. Let's get intense.
Would love to see some shadow on the ground there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And look at our material shining back a little bit. Let's get some shadows worked up.
Mark on YouTube says this layout is actually for lefties. You will always have a shadow on your pen because your right hand is blocking the light. Genius.
Wow.
Genius. Keggy says Monday stream would be lonely for you guys, I suspect.
I have a feeling you're right. Yeah. All right, there we go. Look at that thing. That was fun. That was a fun little project. A little bit of design work.
Agreed.
A little bit of modeling tips. I like when it works out that way.
Brad on YouTube says still needs a cross brace between the legs.
Oh,
I get
whoops.
it.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Any
I kept
last
thinking
minute
about going back to that, and I didn't.
That's right. Any last minute modeling ideas that you guys have, squeeze them in. No, just kidding. Don't do that. We're running out of time here. But yeah, as Aaron wraps up this last little piece here, we've gotten into the habit of putting these models up on 3D Warehouse after the streams. I will put a link in the description of this YouTube video and drop a link on the forum. But yeah, if you guys want to add some more customizations, add some tools to the side table or whatever you want to do, feel free to modify. You can always share a photo of what you've come up with in the forum, and I will probably give it a heart.
There you go. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. What material we're thinking there? Some wood? Nice.
Yeah, I think some wood work.
Boom.
That's facing the wrong direction, so we're going to just go to position. We're going to right click.
I like
We're
that.
going to rotate 90. Then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to go, oh, beautiful. Let's sample that.
A nice thin piece of wood for me to stomp my feet on as I smudge the drawing for the 10th time.
Yeah, that'll crack. It'll crack.
It's going to crack right down the middle.
We'll take that and we will move it. A copy of it vertically up to here above. And then we will take this one and we'll stretch it to here and to here. There we go. Now we're done. Now we did it.
I love it.
All right. So
I love it. And I feel like it's a deceptive. I say this having done none of the modeling whatsoever, but I feel like this looks deceptively simple, but there's a lot of thought that went into this, a lot of design intention.
You know what we're missing is that architectural fog. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, some people are already tuning out. They're saying their goodbyes. I just want to give a quick shout out to Dave R for running circles around us in the forum.
Thank you, sir. Always.
And for the folks that mentioned that the bracket on the side table was going to collide with the rotating top. So yeah, thanks for always keeping us honest. Thanks for all of the chatter, for the ideas, for just everything else.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have so much fun with you guys. It's a treat to be able to do this every Friday. Next Friday, we have an exciting stream where we are going to be What do you think it is?
We're going to be modeling. You'll never guess. So it has nothing to do with the continuation of this, where we had two things in a row.
Yeah. No, slice farm animals with a brand new co-host.
That's right.
Which is exciting. Brand new. Yeah. So that is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, model something cool, drop it in the forum. Yeah, Aaron, what do you think? Any final thoughts?
No, I think that was fun. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Cool, guys.
Yeah, come back next week. It's going to be different from anything we've done in a while, but it's a good maker one too. So if you have a laser cutter or CNC or something like that, it's going to be worth your time to watch that. So
absolutely. And for those of you that are just commenting that you've missed this whole stream and would like us to start from scratch again, we will not be doing that. But you can always watch the whole thing over on YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Have a great weekend, guys. See you next week.
yeah.